What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Welcome to Sportsbook Review. This is Betting with the Bag. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. This baseball card today has started off shitty. Started off bad. Although Parlay Poppies look on the Royals A's first 5 under 6. I mean, 0-0 in the 7th inning looking good. But man, the Mets have not got to Hoffman. The Mets are not getting to Hoffman. And I'm going to need some glory here, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. But first, I need Syndergaard to get Trevor Story out before I lose my shit. Pretty disappointed here. But we have a nice look on some of these games, and the market has moved with us in some of these spots, especially that under that we doubled up on in Boston. San Francisco Giants, Boston Red Sox tonight. A big show. 7 p.m. Eastern time, the Pick 6 live show with Big Ragu and DJ Big Boss, the boss and the sauce. 7 p.m. Eastern. I've locked in all my action already. All my action is locked in the Pick 6 contest. I've also made 10 bets already on this NFL card after making only 3 last week. Just a disgrace how I was pussyfooting around the NFL card last week. Not anymore. Dre Machi says, let's finish strong, Jimmy. Yes, let's finish strong. I'm not going to get too angry. Also, I have a few more innings against this putrid Rockies bullpen. But man, I need to get out of this inning. This inning is not looking good for the Mets. If you had told me that we could, hold them down to 4 runs in 6 innings in the thin air in Colorado, I'd be like, okay, we're in an okay spot. Disappointing. Very disappointing. So yes, the $50,000 Pick 6 show starring myself, the boss and the sauce, is tonight. There is still time to jump in. There is still time to be eligible for all of the cash, all of the $50K. It's still time, but you have to get in. You have to get in this week. If you wait one more week, then you will no longer be eligible for the $50,000. And it's been a strange start to the year, as you will see in our Pick 6 show. Some of the cappers that we thought would be doing very well are struggling. Whale Capper has got off to a bad start. I know he will turn it around. And it's exciting to see the process of these guys like Teddy Covers and Whale Capper who are struggling early in the contest. And Ian Cameron continues to lead the way of the SBR notables. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We got Flick My Big, Alex Ramirez, Ron Lofton, Walla Dose, Alex Ramirez, Dre Machi, Eric Jones, Nutflush Allen. Mike, I had to make a move without your blessing in that Giants-Red Sox game. I was worried that the 10s wouldn't be available anymore. I hope you don't like the over. It's now gone down to 9.5, so I'm thankful to get in at the 10. It's now gone into 9.5, but I had to move forward without your blessing, and I'm very nervous doing that. I look forward to hear your plan with this Giants game. So in 34 minutes, we'll be joined by Al Mack. Al Mack coming off a great weekend himself. Looking forward to having him. So Al Mack has capped the Thursday game. He's also going to talk to you about a prop that he's been cashing with first touchdown score. He's going to talk to you about that prop. He's also broke down all of the CFL games. He's won 8 straight bets in the Canadian Football League up north. We're going to talk about that. There's Deer Slayer Ski. There is Steve. Steve says Yanks over tonight. I don't know, man. The market is telling us it's going to be a low-scoring game. I've stayed off of it. AM says, Jimmy, barbecue sauce titty hits again. Juventus Athletic draw plus 204. Hope you guys cash. And AM, speaking of you, AM, can we please flash the award for excellence in capping? The Vegas Gun Award went to you, AM, for your spectacular draw yesterday at plus 264. We got Viper MB in the house, Brandon Lugo, Justin De Leon, Luis Fernando Esquinza in the house. We got Bookie Lover Q. We got Joe Anisi who says Giancarlo Stanton back in the lineup. Perfect rotation, DX Filer. Now Flashan says, what did you take on the Giants? I took the first 5 under 5.5 and the full game under 10. Brandon Lugo says, Jimmy, in case you forgot, NHL season coming fast. And Rem Mo said, Jimmy, any birthday picks today that we can fade? Yes. Hey, I don't call, Loshak is what made the birthday pick so special, and I've not followed suit. Man. All right, let's get to work. There's Raven in the desert in the house. I've been trying to get in touch with Raven Desert, just a little overwhelmed here at work. but I need to get in touch with Raven in the Desert. His small school, the way he breaks down small school is spectacular. He's coming off a 6-2 Saturday last week in NCAA football. All right, and then we have Mets got out of it, says Brandon. Okay. Mets got out of it. Okay, thank God. Okay, so there's a chance. There's a chance. God, I need that bad. Okay, you're telling me there's a chance. Also, we would like to give, speaking of the birthday plays that are falling apart, speaking of those, we have a big birthday message to our very own Cap'n 24/7. I hope you enjoy this night. I hope it's a glorious birthday for you. We love everything you put into our chat and to our show. Much love to you. Happy birthday, Cap'n 24/7. Rafa, do we have a graphic to celebrate our very own Cap'n 24/7? Much love, much love. Okay, enough flush on. What do you think, man? What do you think? Need to know what you think of that move. There's Keith Sadler in the house. Okay, let's start breaking down these games and get through them. For those of you who are on the St. Louis Cardinals, great work. Ron Lofton, 6-2 in tennis late last night and this morning. Verdasco match over 23 just hit. Great job, Ron Lofton. Mets first 5 -half, -115, lost. Mets -1, -141 on the money line, -1.5 and +105. I need desperately. I did not take the first 5 under 6. Did not. There's Cap'n 24/7. So thanks, Jim. I'm in here. Happy birthday, my guy. Royals, A's. Should have jumped on the under with Poppy. I did not. I did, though, jump on the Marlins Diamondbacks under. I was good enough to take that under. That lost. So it's a bad start to the day. Let's go. Angels, Yankees. We're going to try. So we have 31 minutes to break down these games. And Coactus. Look at that. Here's a birthday pick. Take Stanford and the points. Coactus not worried about the injury troubles the Cardinal are facing. Ooh, Coactus. That's a copy and paster. Taking Stanford and the points. That is a copy and paster. All right, I've got that locked here. Coactus, that's ballsy. Ballsy. I've only made one play so far on this NCAA football card, and that is tomorrow night's over 55.5, thanks to DJ Big Boss, who I'll be joining with soon. DX Filer says, Mets first 5 didn't work out, Jimmy. I did also have full game under 13, though. Well, that's a good look. That's a great look. Justin Daly wants, I went 2-0 yesterday. Nationals money line under 7.5 live. Beautiful work. Bookie Lover Q says, I'm on the under 13. It's 4-2. It's 4-2, Q. You're looking good. 4-2, and we are in the top of the 7th, and Rajai Davis is up to bat, so don't worry. Don't worry about any offense coming from Rajai Davis. What the hell's that guy still in the major leagues for? Okay, so we don't have a lot of time. Oh, Justin De Leon, 21-5 run last 2 weeks. Plus 14.3 units. That sounds good to me, Justin. Justin, what are you on now? I'd like to know what you're on now. All right, let's get to work right now. We're going to talk market moves. We are going to talk opening lineups. Let's start Angels, Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton back in the lineup. Yankees opened up at -170 at Pinnacle. They're now at -280. $1.10 move. Are you? Oh, it's because I haven't logged in. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. Let me log in here. Log in, and then we'll have Pinnacle's opening line. Pinnacle didn't open up -170. That would be 5 dimes. Pinnacle opened up -282. How could, that's crazy. Did 5 dimes actually open this up? I find that very difficult to believe. It says they opened up at -1. No, that was a mistake. They opened up at -270. That's a mistake. Okay, let's not get caught up into that. All right, Yankees. Peter Sabathia opens at -282. There's been a 2-cent move towards the Angels. Let's take a look at these lineups with Giancarlo Stanton in it. For the Yankees, we know that Domingo Germán will come in for CC Sabathia. I don't expect CC Sabathia to see the 4th inning. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Gregorius, Stanton, Voit, Gardner, Urshela, and Higashioka behind the plate. It's not a very strong lineup for the Angels. Fletcher, Simmons, Pujols, Calhoun, Smith, Goodwin, Ward, Hermosillo, and Theis. Man, you know, I find the Angels appealing, but I'm not going to make a move on it. Ron Lofton, under 9 Diamondbacks game, hanging on by a thread now. Yeah, I took the first 5 under. Ugly, ugly stuff. Very disappointing. Surprise, surprise. Rajai Davis grounded out to second base. What the hell is he doing in the lineup? Awful. Steve says Angels team total over 3.5. Now that is an interesting look, Steve. Let's see what Heritage is hanging there. See, the thing is that Domingo Germán could come in and completely shut the door. So you'd have to eat off of Sabathia. Whether or not that's possible, that's the question. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Team totals. Going to pull this up from Heritage right now and see exactly what we are dealing with. Here we go. Baseball, MLB, and the team total for these Angels over 3.5 at -115. God, that's a nice look. Bookie Lover Q says Angels on vacation. Over 3.5 at -115. God, I like that, Steve. All right, I'll just leave that as a lean right now. Lean to team total over 3.5. God, that's a nice look. You think they can get 2 at least against Sabathia? Then they just need 2 more throughout the game. Joe Anisi saying CC last start in Yankee Stadium. Nuffleshon says, well, good news. The Giants trend on the road this year is scoring on the first game of the road trip, then bats fall asleep following game. Rumor is the vets are digging deep for Bochy the last few weeks. Yeah, I'm comfortable just because I beat the line move by a half run. That makes me feel pretty good. Hanging at 9.5 now, and they need to hit 11 for me to lose. And we know there's no JD Martinez or Mookie Betts. I think we're going to have to go over those lineups. I think that team total over Angels is a nice spot. Nasty Nate, our very own Nasty Nate, who's eating. There's Sue's 387. Speaking of you guys, I was taking a really good look at what's going on in our big 50,000 pick 6 contest. And how do I not notice some of our low baggers eating? In 6th place, BidXN, 10-1. Plus 11.10 units. 9th, Von Polo, 10-2, plus 9.87 units. In 15th, our Cisco kid, Frankie Knows, 10-2, plus 9.85 units. In 48th, Avi Gold, 9-3, plus 7.62 units. 52nd, Dav Fenn, 9-3, 7.58 units. 81st, Nasty Nate, 7-3-2, plus 5.75 units. 81st out of 2,100. Nasty Nate. A. Hillian, 111th, 8-4, 5.61 units. And Seuss, 387 and 134th, 8-4, plus 5.47 units. Respect. Great work, you guys. Great work. And Guru says he pinch hit for the pitcher spot, Jimmy, after Callaway didn't pitch hit for Rivera. Bases juice. Next thing, 4 stolen bases, 1 pass ball. That makes me want to smash my computer. Makes me want to smash my computer. All right, I find that Angels team total over appealing. Let's take another look at this lineup. We don't have too much time on it. Can't spend too much time on it. Fletcher, Simmons, Pujols, Calhoun, Smith, Goodwin, Ward, Hermosillo, Thaiss. God, it's an ugly lineup. An ugly, ugly lineup. All right, let's move on to Mariners, Pirates. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I got the Mariners at plus 104 with this whole Vasquez situation. The Pirates are just falling apart. Oh, God. McNeil flies out to left field, and Brandon Nimmo doubled off first. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, here I got them at plus 104. The best you can get right now is plus 101 at Intertops. There's a plus 100 at UWager. I'm backing the Mariners. That's what I'm doing. And Von Polo says, the family's looking good. We're looking well represented for this 50K. We are. And remember, we got second place last year. So why not, man? Why not keep rolling? Our very own Jansen Bonson came second place last year. Luis Fernando Esquinta says, Jimmy, I'm pounding Tennessee hard tomorrow. Jacksonville about to have a national televised meltdown. You know what? I'm thinking about that as well. I'm already on the team total Jaguars under 19.5. I'm thinking of pounding Tennessee as well. I'm happy that you brought that up. You know what? Al Mack has that game fully capped. I think I might add that to my card. I think you're right, Luis. I think you're absolutely right. And Shadow's in 33rd. Damn, I didn't notice that, Shadow. Okay, sorry I missed that. Because then you don't go by the name Shadow in the contest. Sorry, I need to stop for Shadow. All right, here we go. Contest. Let's just quickly, I got to see my guy Shadow in here. 33rd place, and then and then I'll know what his name is in the contest. All right, here we go. Standings, come on, hurry up. We have no time for this. Here we go. 33rd. Climo picks. I have Climo picks 33rd. Shadow, what's your name in the contest? Is that your name? Climo picks? Tell me that's your name, Shadow. I need to know what's going on with my guy. Okay, let's keep rolling along here. Coactus like in the under. I do too. Von Polo says, I don't think Pirates win another game for the rest of the season. Wow, that's wild. Don Corleone says, Jimmy, those Sparks really can't be trusted. Rem Mose is in 1,476. I'm just ahead of... No, you're ahead of me. That means you're ahead of me because I am in 1,531st place, 5-7. So, all right. Nuffleshon says, man, I really like this line for the Giants now. I'm going to put a little on the team total over 4.5. These young guns are hungry and no Posey equals runs. Oh, it's Iron Guy. Shadow is Iron Guy. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste that right now. That concerns me. Nufflush. I probably should have waited for you. I did not. Von Polo, yeah, I know that you're Merit Sports. You wish to change your name to your YouTube name. I could probably help you do that, Von Polo. Let me copy and paste this. I could probably help you do that. So I'm going to copy and paste that so I remember. All right, let's keep rolling. I'm on the Mariners. things are falling apart there. We know that there's massive injuries. Let's take a look at this lineup. And when I take a look at it, I expected no Josh Bell, no Starlin Marte, and no Jacob Stallings. Let's see what we're dealing with this Pirates lineup that's just trash. Pirates lineup is Newman, Reynolds, Moran, Osuna, Frazier, Diaz, Kramer, Gonzalez, Agrizal. I mean, the Mariners lineup isn't that much better, but Tommy Malone, who's looked really bad, this Pirates team does not hit lefties. Shed Long, Crawford, Nola Seager, Lewis, Murphy, Gordon, Moore, and then Justin Dunn hitting. All right. And Joe and East is around 500 plus units both weeks. That's all you want. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to go. Dre Machi's at 71st. Trying to make the top 50. I'll copy. Yeah, I know that you're a Merit Sports, Von Polo, man. I got you, Von Polo, man. I know everything about you, Von Polo. I know you're just about to have a baby. I'm standing outside your door right now, Von Polo. Don Corleone says, I'm looking at the team total on Giants too. Damn, okay. And Alex Ramirez, Spidey play of the day, Cubs run line and Indians run line. We have 2 spots from Spidey. Let me copy and paste that. And then let's move down. I'm taking a little bit too much time. We're 19 minutes into the show. All right, here we go. Shadow says this week makes me nervous, so we will see. I'm hammering this week. Not pussyfooting around, man. I'm going to hammer this week. All right, let's move on to the next spot on the card, and that's the Jays-Orioles. I got the Orioles on the -1 line. I didn't get the best line. You could have got a better line. Jin Rummy got a better line. I did not. I'm on the money line at -112. Let's see what it is now for the Orioles. Wow, now there's -108, so money coming back in on the Jays. That concerns me a little bit. There's DJ Big Boss in the house. You want to see DJ Big Boss? 7 p.m. right here live in the Pick 6 show. I'm on the Orioles -1. Blue Jays are going to be doing, for the rest of the season, Jays are going to be doing openers, and I think we just start hammering overs. But I'm not going to be doing that here. Here, I'm just going to back Dylan Bundy. Nice numbers against the Jays so far this year. I'm backing it. So let's move on. Tigers-Indians. Tigers-Indians, Turnbull versus Savali. I don't want to spend too much time on this game either. Simply put, Indians are huge favorites. Sure, they probably cover. I would have to take them on the -1.5. I'm not going to do that. This is not the kind of Indians lineup that I trust on the -1.5. Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Puig, Freeman, Allen, Bowers, Perez, and then Flaherty at third base. I'm not going to make a move there. Let's keep rolling. Giants, Red Sox. We talked about that. We have some guys looking at this. We have Nutflush Allen looking at the team total over for the Giants. Von Polo says, damn, Jimmy, you must know me and my wife was at the labor and delivery last night. She was having contractions, 1.5 centimeters, but my son is not due for another 3 weeks. I know all about that. I know all about that, Von Polo. We're all very excited for you, though, my man. We're all very, very, very excited for you. Jay Garcon says, thank you guys for that Marlins Cardinals first inning, no score prop. No, not Marlins Cardinals, but Nats Cardinals. Yeah, that was another play I didn't take. So thank Parlay Poppy on that. I doubled up on the Giants, Red Sox. Let's take a look at these lineups right now. Oh, Don Corleone says, got a hockey pick for tonight, Jimmy. I know you haven't been following it. I have not been. Daryl Lyles on the Rangers, Astros under. That's an interesting look. Let's quickly take a look at what we're dealing with this Giants lineup. For the Giants, they got the Sharks, Samardzija on the mound. Yastrzemski, Belt, Pilar, Dickerson, Vogt, Crawford. Oh, there's Adames, a different Adames. Interesting. Dubon, Garcia, so it's the Shark, Garcia battery. For the Red Sox, Benintendi, Bogarts, Devers, Vasquez, Holt, Moreland, Bradley Jr., Hernandez, and Leon. If you're taking an under, you want Sandy Leon behind the plate. Jamel White, like in the Giants' first 5. Jay Peach, ooh, I'm going to copy and paste this. Jay Peach, not afraid to go heads up with Teddy Covers. Our very own Jay Peach, 375 on Wisconsin. 375 on Wisconsin -3. Let me copy and paste that right now. Brandon Lugo said, Jimmy, question, why did the Blackhawks play 3 straight days in preseason? Because nobody, they use split squads, so nobody's going to play in all 3 of those games. They're going to split it all up. So some guys will play in 2 games, some guys will just play in 1 of those games. All right, let's keep rolling. There's Tata Booker in the house, man. Tata Booker, nice to see you. It's been too long since you joined. How's Lucky Lefty? Is our guy good? Thank you for joining us, Tata Booker in the house. Levi Kressler says, damn it, I'm late. Did Jimmy hit the Astros game yet? No, I did not. Okay, so let's keep rolling here through. Nice to see Tata Booker in the house. All right, so Boogie Lover Q has Wisconsin locked in too. Man, that seems like a stay-away game for me. All right, let's move on to Phillies, Braves, Eflin, Taylor on. We've already seen a big market move to the over. Let's see if that is continuing. We have 18 minutes before we're joined by Al Mack. I'm going to move over towards football. So let's see what we're dealing with here in this spot. Open at 10 now, 10.5. The Braves open at minus 157. They're now minus 151. There's D-money in the house. All right. So, Phillies, Braves, Eflin, Tehran, 80 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour, sideways. Phillies hitting 243, 740 OPS versus righties. Braves hit righties much harder, 259, 794 OPS. Corey Dickerson now out with a broken foot. Feels like these Phillies are done. Nice to have Tata Booker back rolling with us. That's a good vibe for the late show. Let's start rolling. Eflin's 3 starts against the Braves this season, 0-3, 11.57 ERA, 20 runs, 12 earned, 8 unearned. Wow, 9 in the third. Last start against the Braves, September 11th in Philly. He left after 3 2/3, 3 runs, all unearned on 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks. 6 career starts against the Braves, 2-3, 4.45 ERA. So he'd been fine until this season. Tehran 0-2. Both these guys have just been destroyed. Just destroyed. 80 Fahrenheit, 11 miles per hour sideways. Viper MB on the Braves, minus 1.5. Raymond Reichart says, what up, Guru? Good call on the Scherzer fade. Great call by Guru on the Scherzer fade. Great call. Bam. Great call. I know I was filled with fear in that spot. Let's take a look at this under, or this over. You could have got it at 10 on our morning show, and now it's at 10.5, and then it went back to 10. I wonder why. Let's take a look at these lineups. You feel like these guys are going to get touched. Viper MB says Eflin is cheeks. And Keith Sadler in for his pick 6. I love it. You're still capable of all of the prizes, Keith. You're still perfect timing. All right, let's take a look at these lineups. Phillies, Braves, and see what we are dealing with. For the Phillies, Hernandez, Real Muto, Harper, Hoskins, Segura, Kingery, Hazley, Franco. For the Braves, Acuna, Albies, Freeman, Donaldson, Markakis, Joyce, McCann, Swanson. I don't trust either of these pitchers. I don't trust the Braves to care. I don't know what to do with this spot. Maybe the over is the spot. Viper and be like in the Braves on the run line. I'm not making a move. I can't trust either of these guys on the mound. Let's move on to Padres, Brewers, Lamet versus Hauser. See what the market move here is in this game. Where are we? Padres, Brewers. Here we go. Brewers opened up at minus 141. They're now minus 162. 21-cent move towards. And this total opened at 9. Now down to 8.5. All the way down to 8 at Bovada. All the way down to 8. Let's see what DX Filer's on. DX Filer is on Mets first 5 run line. Oh, it's my fault, DX Filer. Mets Colorado under 13. That's looking good. Braves first 5 run line and Braves full game minus 1. All right, I'm going to copy and paste that. DX Filer, go out and get it. And Guru says, yeah, that was a great play. It was a great play. I wish I was on it. Yeah. Enough chances. I'm going to do what I did last year on these teams that are going with openers for the rest of the season. I'm going to take the opposite team total over. It was very profitable the last 2 years. Sorry, there's a bug in my drink. I agree with that. That makes a ton of sense. I think we should do that against the Jays. I don't know about here with Buchholz. Who's going to come in after Buchholz? That's the question. But I'd like to do that too. I'm going to start that tomorrow. I'm going to start taking team totals against the Jays nonstop. Von Pole said, Jimmy, will you be on the sports keg tonight? I will. I'll be on the sports keg. But first, pick 6, baby. Pick 6. Top set says I'm on the San Francisco full game under 1 play alone. Okay. And first 1 play. Okay. First 5-2. I like that. I like that a lot. Capo 17 Don says I hit the early game KC. First half under. First half Arizona. First half Arizona over. Nice work, Capo 17 Don. Okay. Guru Sports says, yeah, I thought you were talking about yours. Donkey Capping says, drink it in, Jimmy. Good protein. DX Father is also on Giants' first 5 run line. Okay. All right, so let's just keep rolling here. Let's see where we are at right now. We've passed Phillies, Braves, Padres, Brewers. Let's take a look at the lineups that we're dealing with in this San Diego, Milwaukee spot. Here we go. For these Padres, Jankowski, Naylor, Machado, Hosmer, Myers, Maya, Garcia, Mayes, Breen, and then Lamet. For Hauser and the Brewers, Grisham, Grandal, Moustakis, Hira. Hira's back in. Thames, Gamble, Spangenberg, Arcia. Hira wants to be a part of this winning. Now, Lamet is a good pitcher, but Hauser's been pitching very good. Let's see what I could have got the Brewers on the morning show. On the morning show I could have got minus 146 or minus 147. It's moved 15 cents away from me. Although I like him, I just don't want to take him here. D Money, Thursday Night Football plays. Here we go. Thursday Night Football, minus a half first quarter, minus half first half. For who? D Money, for who? For who? I need to know for who. Von Post says, looking forward to pick 6 show tonight. I'm lacking all my places before the night is over. I can beat some of this line movement. Yeah, I locked everything in. I needed it badly. Nasty Nate already won with no score in Nats first. Cards first 5 full game. Great job. And Joe, and he said Hero played yesterday. Oh, I didn't realize Hero was back. I would like to take the Brewers, but it's just too late. I can't jump in 20-second market move. And Nelson Lamet pitched well. All right, I'm going to... and nice, Capo 17, Don, ready to go in the contest. Love it. Okay, I'm moving on. Levi Cresser saying, Allard been keeping the ball in the yard. Cole's ERA over 6 versus Rangers this year. Call me crazy, but at 400, give me Texas. I like it too. Chris Sanatate said, Pick 6 show at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern. Big Ragu, DJ, Big Boss, myself, and the Pick 6 show. I'm very excited about it. All right, I'm not going to come in now. I should have jumped on earlier. That's a terrible Padres lineup. That's just an ugly Padres lineup. I find it very difficult to imagine them getting runs. Let's see what we get a team total for these San Diego Padres. 3.5. 3.5 so low anyways. I don't want to touch that. Stephen Chamberlain says Titans got to be the play here. Might even take him first half money line and on top full game. I'm starting to think about making a move on them as well. I'm already on the Jaguars team total under 19.5. We're going to talk about that with our very own Al Mack shortly. All right, White Sox, Twins. I got on the over. I beat the line move. I got it at 10. I'm sure it's at 10.5. Let's see where it's at right now. We have 10.5 across the board. Makes me feel very good. I'm also on the Twins at 5.5 team total over. Now, I didn't bet it because my book was hanging the 6.5. Let's see what the team total over is right now with these Brewers. Right now, if we wanted to take, with these Twinkies team total over right now is 6.5 at plus 100. So I got it 5.5 minus 135. I'm happy about that. Bookie Lover Q said, Jimmy, is Nova starting? Yes, Nova's starting, but he's only going to pitch 1 inning. It's a bullpen day for him. So let's go to that spot with the Twins. Carson Fulmer is going to come in afterwards. So it's just a bullpen. Thank you, Jermel Wright, my guy. And Luis says Luis Fernando Esquinza says Derrick Henry about to eat tomorrow. Keith Sadler on Twins, Cubs, Brewers, Indians, and Pirates, Mariners over. Gonna copy and paste that right now. So I doubled up on that game. I still have a lot of action that can fix what's going on so far. Are the Mets doing anything to give me any hope? Come on, Alonso doubles. Come on, Frazier. Let's get a 2-run shot. Give me a little bit of hope here. Rico Roxas says Pirates money line. After what's going on with Vasquez, I don't know how you. And look at you have your big hitters out of the lineup in Marte and Bell. I just couldn't trust it. I can't trust the Pirates for anything. I'm on the Mariners full game. All right, so that's my spot. Over 10 minus 105. Team total over 5.5 minus 135. Beat those market moves. Still have hope for this evening. Now we go to Reds Cubs. Nutflush so funny. Is there any way to get Mom and Nutflush blocked from the Audible? So funny. I love it. DX5 says Twins comeback last night was amazing. Made me good coin, but I'm off them today. I'm not on them. I'm just on them to score runs. I do not trust. At this point, what Odorizzi's doing on regular rest is not being good, and I'm not trusting him. Raymond Reichart says, do you think White Sox team total over 3.5? Yeah, I like that. I do not trust Odorizzi on short rest. 3.5 at minus 135. Let's take a look at this White Sox lineup. I think that we jump on that, but I don't want to have 3 plays on this game. Garcia, Anderson, Abreu, Moncada, Jimenez, Collins, Sanchez, Scully, and Palka. Man, Daniel Palka looked so good last year. He's looked so bad this year. I like it. I absolutely like it. Okay, yeah. Sanitate. Okay, thanks, Chris. I want to say your name right. Thank you for doing that. Chris Sanitate. Thank you. Chris Sanitate. Yeah, I'd get annoyed too if someone was saying Sanitate. The hell's Sanitate? The hell's wrong with me? Thank you for saying that. Chris Sanitate, I like it. Jerry Beatty bet under in Cleveland game at 9.5 to 9 everywhere. Any thoughts? Yeah, I guess I like that look. Let's go back to that game quickly here. It was a game that I wanted to stay off of. It's just Spencer Turnbull's been so bad lately, although I do kind of trust him. So I don't dislike that play at all. That's a weak Indians lineup. I like that look at 9.5. Boogie Lover Q says Odorizzi only pitched 2 innings last start. Let's take a better look. Let me see exactly what happened with Odorizzi in that last start. I'm going to pull it up right now. But I do like that look. How about the White Sox team total? Let's see what we're getting right now. Here we go. ESPN, this is going to be a quick move here. Going to take a good look. Here we go. Oh, good. The headline's Vasquez told police of attempted sex with minor. Good, you're honest about your pedophilia. All right, here we go. MLB. And let's see what we are dealing with here in this Twinkies game. We have 7 minutes before Al Mack joins us, and I need to have these games in. Odorizzi. Oh, of course, but he didn't look good in that start either, did he? That was the Friday night game. Oh, no, last start he went. No, last start he... Oh, because it was canceled. So he probably is rested. I still like that 3.5. This White Sox team is hitting right now. Yeah, Boogie Lover Q says rain delay did not go back. Dad Fence said, did we get the lineup correct? I think it's pretty potent for the Yankees. Oh, and Dad Fen, great job in the pick 6 contest, my man. You spectacular work. LeMahieu, Judge, Torres, Gregorius, Stanton, Voigt, Gardner, Urshela, Higashioka. Yeah, I mean, what's Stanton going to give you? I mean, yeah, it's a strong enough lineup. Sure, it's the Yankees. All right, I'm going to, Guru said Lester going to step up, but I did like the first 5 over 5.5 before I ended up backing Lester. Now I want a solid start. I feel that. And, God, I don't want to triple up, and I don't want to chase here. But I like that over 3.5. I like that over 3.5. I just don't trust him. I haven't trusted him for a while. He's talking about how his yoga helps him. All right, I'm jumping in. You're going to hand me a team total at 3.5? I'm going to take it. Prince of the City said, I have some stuff I have to get done now, and tomorrow probably won't be on tomorrow's show. I want to put up some plays on your Twitter feed. Yes, do it. Just tag me, and I'll retweet it. I'm gonna be doing shows now for the next 5 hours or so, and we'll be hitting the sauce as well. But I will look out for it, Prince of the City. And thank you for all your hard work, Prince of the City, caring about putting money in other people's pockets, man. Thank you. You're a real one. Okay, I'm going to make a move here. Mama Joma says Astros have a habit of falling flat at home with these ridiculous lines. You have to be nuts to take them. I agree with that. There's our guy, Trot Wham, in the house. And Jerry Beatty says Titans a monster play tomorrow. I agree. All right, call it a chase. What's the weather again out there? 81 Fahrenheit, 10 miles per hour out to right center. Let me get that weather verified at RotoWire. Let me get that weather verified at RotoWire. 8 miles per hour out at RotoWire. Look, I'm in. I'm 3 plays, tripling up on this game. Over 3.5 of -135. White Sox, team total over 3.5, -135. I believe that's the first edition on the Late Show. If I added anything else, I have not. All right. That's my first Late Show edition. I do have some interest in that the team total over with the Angels, but why would I? I'm going to stop that. I'm going to put that an end to that. All right, Nutflashan said Jimmy Caden plays ball, one of the Pirates relievers' little brothers. Oh, Keon Kayla. And I talked to his dad this morning. He said it's ugly and they're not good. Yeah, no doubt. And Raymond Reichardt's with me. Okay. All right. I like this. And do I have any hope in this baseball game? Todd Frazier walks. Okay, Conforto. 3-run home run now. Jesus, what a call with the Duffy Bailey. Nice starts, man. All right, so let's move on to Reds Cubbies. So let's take a closer look at Lester's last few starts. Last start was on Friday, and he did not look good. He's not been looking good, but I understand why Guru trusts him. I understand. He allowed 7 runs in 5 innings. 4 of them were earned, so he did stick in the game, and he did stay strong. 76 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 8 miles per hour, sideways in. Let's take a look. So Reds have no power against lefties. Why don't we take a look at this lineup? Let's take a look at this market move. Do we roll? Come on, get me in. Okay, do we roll with Guru on the Cubs here? So opens at -180. It's now -161. A 19-cent move towards the Reds and Molly. Total opens at 10. It's now 9.5. Take a look at this lineup. For the Reds, Blandino, Votto, Suarez, Aquino, Irvin, Iglesias, Casali, Lorenzen. For the Cubbies, Zobrist, Castellanos, Bryant, Schwarber, Contreras, Caratini, Hayward, Horner. Do we make... Mets scored 1. Come on. Tell me that wasn't with an out. Was it an out involved with it? Did they get that with a wild pitch, or was that an out? There we go. Russell Gordy says, roll up, Jimmy. Mets season over. Shake my head. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I can't catch tonight, does it? Nice to see you, Russell. Thank you for joining us. Viper and B's on the Cubs. Alex Ramirez is on the Cubs. Leicester 7-2, 4.00 ERA in 18 career starts. Molly 0-1 with a 6.43 ERA in 3 starts since returning from AAA Louisville. 2-1 with a 4.18 ERA in 4 career starts against the Cubs. The Cubs need this. Oh no, Mets didn't score. Why was Remo saying 4-3? Oh no, he's out at the... No, it's 4-3. Pete Alonso scores. Who's saying Mets didn't score? Stat Guap. Stat Guap, stick with me, my man. Stat Guap, I need positive information. Muhammad Joma also on the Cubs. Big move towards these Reds. I wonder if that gives them value here. Oh, man. Muhammad Joma, Indians, Braves, Cubs, Milwaukee, parlay it. Alex Ramirez says Leicester owns the Reds. An inning over. God damn. Don Corleone says, what's that lineup like? I just gave it out. It's pretty good. Sobris, Castellanos, Brian, Schwarber, Contreras, Caratini, Hayward, Horner. Cubs need it here. Cubs need it here. Do I jump with the guys here? Do I jump with the guys on the Cubs -1? Okay, let's see what I'd get at the -1 line. So, is this still moving towards these Reds? It is, man. There's been a 11-cent move in the last 25 minutes. Does that give the Reds value? Let's see what the -1.5 is here. Here we go, -1.5. Plus 130. God, that's a nice line for the Cubbies. All right. Russell Gordy on the other side, but everybody else. There's Fat Fist in the house. Got a new whip. Nice work, Fat Fist. Alex Ramirez says we ride. Okay, I'm going to ride with you guys. Cubs need this badly. Leicester's got to step up. All right, come on. All right, -157 at Bet Online is the best money line I can get. And then the -1.5 I'm getting, I think I said plus 130. Let's see what it is. All right. And Rosario strikes out swing. What a bum. And here we go. I'm getting a plus 130 with Leicester. Plus 130 on the run line. Okay. That's a pretty decent line. I'm going to take it. Suze387 says Rosario killing us. All right. And Muhammad Joma says they've only moved it Bet365 since last night. Stack Wap, no worries, man. Don't worry about a thing. All right, we got Al Mack ready to join us. We have Rays Dodgers, an interesting look with Brendan McKay against Gonsolin. I do kind of like the Dodgers in this spot. And now we have Sadler opening. Is that Sadler opening? And then Gonsolin coming in after? Oh, I don't like that much. And then we have this crazy game with Colby Allard versus Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole shutting everybody down in a giant line. Can have Texas, and Texas can take care of everything here for me. One bet. Everything will be forgotten. I can get Texas at plus 415. I mean, if we were in, there's Res Mob in the house. If we were in Vegas, I'd make a move on it. Russell Gordy said, Jimmy, you on Seattle? I am on Seattle, yes. What do you think of that, Russell Gordy? Do you think I'm in bad shape there? Mama Jones says it's a nothing move. People just backing the Reds because they're 10-8 for the Cubs this year. All right. All right, and Jerry Beatty all over say, okay, well, that's my card. That's my card. I'm going to leave that as my card right now. Let's get into football. Let's get into football talk. So this is it right now. I'm not looking good. I am on Mets first 5 minus a half. That's a lot. I'm already 0-2, and I got the Mets -1 hanging. Ugly start. And everything else you guys touched was gold. But I still have hope. I'm on Mariners plus 104. I'm on the Orioles -1. I'm on the Giants first 5 under and full game under. Yeah, I did the nizzle, and I'm staying off of it. I kind of like the Angels to score first on CC, but I need a bigger plus line to take that. Daryl Lyles like in the over. I cashed on the over last night. I guess I'm going to stay off at this point. But I don't dislike it. Let's take a look at what that over is. Brendan McKay's not looked very good lately. Here we go. And he's not been going deep, so we know there's going to be a bullpen day. With that over 8.5, yeah, I like it. I like it, Daryl Lyles. I don't think that's a bad look. So then I'm tripling up on this White Sox Twins game. Oh, man, do I need it. Tripling up on this White Sox Twins game. Over 10, minus 105. Team total over 5.5. I got both team totals in the over. God, do I need it. Russell Gordy says Rays dog, Seattle a dog. And I've heard a couple other people on the Rays too. I'm going to stay off the Dodgers here. Cubs minus 1. Rolling with the Spidey play of the day and Guru and others. And that's it. That's my card. All right. That's my card. And just a reminder, Lamont Williams, max bet, already cashed. Cardinals run line. Great job. Von Burgess is on the Braves money line. Clarence Davis is also on the Braves. Randy Lockhart already cashed with Seattle money line. He's also on Cleveland money line. Chicago money line says whether that's a parlay or a run line. The spreadsheet from Ron, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Cleveland. And then that's about it. That's about it. The taint play of the day is KC plus 1.5. That also rolled with our Gin Rummy. Guru said, I'd like the Cubs in the over, but now, and he wouldn't talk us off the over. Okay. Bookie Lover Q says, no Tony Gosselin. He's still the primary pitcher. He's just not going to start. All right. Let's bring in our guy, Al Mack. Man, if you don't follow Al Mack on Twitter, you are making a big mistake. He's a very, very exciting follow, putting out nonstop stuff. Also, Spark Sports, putting up nonstop stuff through there. He's also writing articles for us here at Sportsbook Review. I love everything that our next guest is doing. And he's joining us right now, Wednesday evening. Al Mack in the house, representing the 6th Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Al Mack, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
Doing pretty good, man. Just swimming through this card for the football card. So let's hit it, man.
Let's hit it. Let's talk NFL first, and then we're going to move over to CFL. Let me get my notes up. So I've already jumped all over. I put $200 on the Jaguars team total under, and I'm starting to not be afraid to take the Titans. But the Titans lose games that they're supposed to win, and they win games they're supposed to lose. But Gardner Minshew should not be trusted. If you look at his numbers from last week, 23, 33, 213 yards, 1 touchdown, that is ballooned up by that 196-yard passing play late. Mariota did not look good last game. He better step up. Do I make a move on the Titans here? And how are you handling this game?
Yeah, so I wrote about this for SBR this week. You can find the article on my Twitter, and it'll be posted on SBR Sports Picks. The deciding factor for me here is, look, I want to back the Titans, but it seems like there's there's something that can't be ignored, and that the Titans have a problem. They have an issue at quarterback, and the time for denial for the Titans is over. Mariota, he does this team no favors, no offense. He refuses to throw the ball down the field. Even in the last 2 minutes of a game, he throws check down passes. At some point, you think someone would say to him, look, throw the ball down the field, man. It just doesn't seem to stick with him. It hasn't since he's been in the NFL. This team needs to learn how to accumulate yards when it matters, and they need to be way more efficient on offense. But their defense is good. Their defense is great. But look, you cannot throw check downs and go for cheap routes late in games when you're trailing, which is exactly what Mariota did against Indianapolis in their final drive of the game. You cannot win games in the NFL on a consistent basis when your quarterback throws for 154 yards on 28 attempts. It's inefficient football. We know that the Titans' offensive line is not very good, but the glaring issue with the Titans right now undoubtedly is Mariota. He either needs to get better and fast, or the Titans need to explore other options at quarterback. It's that simple. But with all that being said, I still like them over Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is a whole other story of a dumpster fire.
I agree. And let's see if there's been market movement here in the NFL. Going to move over to NFL here at sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds page. After we break this game down, I do want you to talk to the low baggers about what you're doing with the first touchdown score. But let's focus on this right now. Jamel Wright says Titans game will be ugly like the Texans game. We opened up this at Pinnacle at -1.5 and -103. It's just -1.5 and -108. If Jacksonville's such a dumpster fire, why are you getting Tennessee at such a nice price? What do you think?
Of Mariota. Because Mariota sucks. But what's not factored into this line is it's trouble in paradise for Marone and Ramsey and the Jaguars right now. And then even beyond that, look, Marone failed to adjust in what looked like an obvious situation where they absolutely needed to. Fournette runs into a brick wall of defenders when they go with a run play against a loaded box in the final play on that 2-point conversion. Very questionable play call. You got to be able to make that adjustment when the game is on the line. I'm not running the ball up the middle on a 2-point play when the box is loaded against me. You have to have another 2-point play in your cards going into that huddle on that final play. You got to be more creative than that. It's just vast incompetence on the side of the Jaguars. Going home and facing another divisional rival on 3 days rest after a deflating loss like that, I think it's an absolute drag. It kills morale. It kills motivation. But the real oddity for me of this game for the Jaguars, you got Gardner Minshew, right? He was the guy I was screaming at that NFL preseason game that we went to, saying that McLeod Bethel Thompson was better than him. But he was the leading rusher in a divisional low-scoring affair versus the Texans. Leonard Fournette, the number one pick in the NFL draft a few years ago, he finished the game with 9 less yards rushing than Gardner Minshew with 9 more attempts. That's not acceptable. If you're the Jaguars, when Minshew is your leading rusher and you're supposed to be a ground and pound offense that is the Jacksonville Jaguars, there's a real problem with how your team operates. And I think that's something that's not baked into this line, and that's why I think there's a ton of value on the Titans, even with their problems.
I agree, but I'm just hesitant. The Titans did not look good against the Colts. Jags did not look good against the Texans. But the Jags defense did look good against the Texans, and the Texans have a better offense than the Titans. Man, this is I love my team total under 19.5 minus 120 on the Jags. Should I double it with the Titans? That's the question. Because you just think the Titans would be bigger favorites at this point. So you made a move on the Titans?
Yeah, so based on my current and most successful ATS power ratings, I have the Titans as being 10.5 points better than the Jaguars on a neutral field, 7.5 points better than the Jags on the road. This opened at 2.5 for the Jags. It's since taken money, moved to 1.5. I would back the Titans ATS, but I think I have no problem backing the Titans on the money line big. I think that's like a 3 or 4% play, and then I also like the Titans 7-12 winning margin, and that's at plus 475 right now. That became available today, and I like that as well. You look at these two teams. You got Jacksonville, they average 19 points per game. The Titans, who only they only allow 16 points in their first 2 games. The Titans have averaged 29.9 points in their last 2 weeks. The Jags have allowed 26.5 points. And then I even with this total in a divisional early season Thursday night game, this is a recipe for a stone cold under. I don't think this total can get any lower, but I still like it where it is. When this total opened at the start of the season on the look ahead, 48.5, and it's since corrected itself all the way to land at 39. Between these two teams in their first 2 games, they average between them 45.7 points. And again, it sits at 39. I still think it's too high, and I like the under, and I like the Titans on the money line. Those are my 2 big plays for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off right now on the Titans, but I get it. They just let me down so often. And this is, if they were a dog here, I'd be much more comfortable taking them. But I think I'm just going to stick with the Jags team total under 19.5 and minus 120 right now. Break down what you've been doing on the prop in the prop market.
Okay, so yeah, after 2 weeks of the NFL season, I have gone 10 and 16 plus 36.5 units on the first touchdown prop. This weekend I hit Lamar Jackson at plus 500, Saquon Barkley at plus 350, Montgomery plus 700, Eckler plus 600, Sony Michel plus 450, Todd Gurley plus 600, James Conner plus 500, and then on Monday night, Nick Chubb hits for plus 450. All scored the first touchdown of the game. I went better as a percentage picking first touchdown props than I did betting against the spread. In 26 bets, I have an ROI of plus 3.5% per wager, meaning that if I bet $100 on every one of these props, I'm profiting $140 on those, win or lose. You look at this, it's Jackson, Barkley, Montgomery, Eckler, Michelle, Gurley, Connor, Chubb. What do they all have in common? They're running backs. And listen, with the amount of penalties that are in these games early in the season, you're getting a ton of first and goals. You're getting a lot of punch-ins, and I think this will continue for a few more weeks. It might taper off, but by that point, you'll be up friggin' 50 units. So, but then when you get closer to the playoffs, when you have these playoff implications, we'll see it start to rise again. But it's simple as this, guys. We're taking advantage of the mispricing here. The odds are not corrected for the amount of times that we see these teams with first and goals in the red zone. All I'm doing is betting the player that is the favorite to score an anytime touchdown for him to score the first touchdown. It's as simple as that. It's square, but it's paying my bills right now, straight up.
I love it. I love it. Suze 387 says we got to walk Jimmy, no outs. Okay. Wilson Ramos, you bum. Nice to have you on base. Now let's pull him for a pinch runner. Can we do that? Because we have 3 catchers. We have Nito on the bench. Pull him for a pinch runner. I like that. So simply put, Al, you're taking the running back who is the most likely to score an anytime touchdown, to score the first touchdown, and you have the numbers to prove the success. I like it. I like it. Top Set says, sounds real good, Al. Let's see. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Now, you are on an 8-game winning streak in CFL football. Is that right?
Yeah, since we were in Miami, I haven't lost a CFL ATS bet.
I like the sounds of that because my CFL has been disappointing this year. Rafa, can we pop up my CFL record? It's not been where I wanted. I feel like I can. It's just a sport that we can beat when there's so few teams. I just feel like we have such a big advantage from a capping perspective. Let's first and third, no outs. Oh, there we go, Guru. Please, I need a crooked number. Okay. Let's go to work on this card now. On Friday, September 20th, you'll be joining us on that show. We have the Stampeders Argonauts. Argonauts open up as 5-point dogs. They're now 6.5-point dogs. We've been looking good back in the Argonauts of late. This total opened at 54, now 53.5 or 53. Stampeders Argos. Al, how are you handling this spot right here? What's your look?
Yeah, I think there's value on Toronto here. You look at the Argos, and it's such a surprise. Their yards per play on offense, it's a shock. They are the 3rd best team on yards per play on offense in the CFL. Edmonton has 6.99 yards per play, Calgary 6.97, and the Argos 6.96 yards per play on offense. The problem is that they struggle on defense significantly. But look, McLeod Bethel Thompson, he's actually not a slouch. If he gets a fresh start with possibly another team or next year, I think he'll do good things in this league. I got Calgary about 8 points better than Toronto on a neutral field, but only about 5 on the road. So give me the Argos here. I think there's some mispricing. This line should be closer to 6 or 6.5, and I'm looking at Bet365 this morning. It's at 7. So I think if you wait, also just before game time, you could probably get a hook on the Argos and get a 7.5. I would love that number, and I plan to back the Argos here. We've had a ton of success with them. They're a pesky team. The CFL. Every time I'm on this show, I say a classic CFL game. And it ends up happening where these games are decided by not even a possession, by a rouge. And, I just think if you back the dog in these spots where they have very little expectations, it's a great play, win or lose.
Yeah, I think that there's a ton of value with these Argos. They're just, after their terrible start, and now here at home, and this is the type of game that the Stamps pull out with the last-minute field goal. That's what it is. Tied up, says Brandon Lugo. There we go. Tied up, says Brandon Lugo. I like that look. We have Al's first look in CFL, and he's also saying wait. Because we can get a better line. There is a 7 at Bet365. It's wild that much money's coming in on the Stampeders. Let's move on to Saturday's action. Bombers, Alouettes. Alouettes open as a +1 dog. Now they're +2 or +2.5. Let's take a look at this total. This total opens up at 48. It's now 47.5 or 47. Al, Bombers, Alouettes.
Yeah, the Owls are hanging on to their playoff hopes, and it looks like they're going to make it. They're 6-5 so far, and they're very lucky because the East has been so bad. And then look, I got Winnipeg. They're only about 3.5 points better than Montreal in a neutral field, especially with their injuries. I think they're probably only about a half point better than the Owls on the road. You look at the West here; it's just a mess. Winnipeg and Calgary fighting for that top position, while the Eskimos massively underachieving, just trying to stay relevant at this point. This is a huge game for both these teams. But honestly, I think the Bombers might be able to pull this out. I would look at them on the money line. You get a line of -2.5 here. It should probably be 3 or 3.5. If this takes any more money on the other side, I probably like the Bombers here on the road versus the Owls. I just think that this is. I think it's gone far enough. I think the Bombers are going to take care of business. I just have to wait and see where this line moves. Okay, I like this look. Backing the Bombers on the road. And let's move on to my Leos here. The Lions opening up as 2.5-point favorites on the road against the Red Blacks, a team they just demolished. Now 3-point favorites. Heritage moved it up to 3.5. His total opened up at 47.5, and now we have 48s on the board. Al, Lions, Red Blacks. Yeah, this is a must-not-watch game for me. Bet on it, but don't watch it. Watch some college football or some NHL exhibition or whatever. I got the Lions about 4.5 points better than Ottawa in a neutral field. They're about 1.5 better than them on the road. We just saw the Lions take care of business against the Red Blacks last week. Now we get the rematch in Ottawa. I think BC takes care of business here again. But there might actually be some value on Ottawa here just because of I feel like there's going to be the average gambler who's going to throw BC in a parlay when really if that line moves any more against them, I think that there might be some value. But again, I can see I've had success doing this in any other sport or any other football league. I can see Ottawa covering the +3. But BC winning, it's one of those things where I might go into it betting Ottawa to cover the +3 or if it moves to 3.5, but then also betting that winning margin prop, BC 1-6. If one wins, it pays for the other one. If the winning margin prop wins and the Ottawa +3.5 wins, you're laughing. This is a game that, again, I'm going to have to wait and see. But my best bet for the weekend in CFL has got to be Toronto. And I'm still really interested in this Edmonton-Hamilton game. There's just no line on it because of Trevor Harris's injuries.
And what is your expected move on that Eskies game?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. I just think I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if Hamilton. Dane Evans hasn't been terrible. He's serviceable. This is a huge game for the Eskimos. If they lose this, they're in trouble. They might end up being a crossover team in the East if they don't get their shit together. I got Edmonton about 2.5 points better than Hamilton and on a neutral, about 5.5 points better at home. If this line opens at 3 or 3.5, I'll be on Edmonton, but if this line opens anything higher than 4, it's gonna be a big auto play for me on Hamilton. But we'll have to see what happens. But again, if it gets under a field goal, I'll probably make a small play on Edmonton. But if it gets past a field goal into the 4 or 5 range, I'm going to be heavy on Hamilton.
Very interesting looks. Those of you who don't spend a lot of time on the sportsbookreview.com website, Al Mack's articles are blowing up. on that site and rave reviews coming from his articles. So we now have Al Mack twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. Al, give us a little hint about what you're going to be rocking on our Friday show.
Yeah, I'll be looking in depth on the college card. I haven't even looked at it, and then I'll have my solidified top 5 NFL plays, and then whatever else. There might be some soccer or some tennis or even some boxing. There's some stuff going on this weekend, but more than likely it'll be heavy on football. I'm glad that we get to do this now, where we can cover the CFL, because I've just been crushing the CFL this year. So hopefully we can extend that into the later part of this year.
8 straight wins in CFL, and liking Argos has the best play, and also saying, wait, money keeps coming in on Calgary. Now, let's wait. So if we see Bet365 move down to 6.5, then you think we should pounce?
Yeah, absolutely. If it moves to 6.5, or even if it moves to what I would say 675, which would be the +7 juiced at like -115 or -120 or something like that. I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think Calgary. The thing is that with 365 and with a lot of these smart books like Pinnacle, if Calgary gets thrown into these money line parlays, it ends up affecting the spread. Where you'll see a lot of these other books where they scrape their numbers from multiple different sites. When they do that, you can get an ATS price that's not equivalent to the money line. But 365 Pinnacle, they don't do that. If you start to see it move back in Toronto's favor at all, hammer Toronto. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think it might end up being in +8. I think it might be +8.
I love it, Al. Great stuff. Argos as his best spot on the card, hitting 8 straight bets in CFL. Follow this man on Twitter. Al, give us your Twitter handle and tell us a bit about Spark Sports.
All right, so yeah, you can get me at Twitter, Spark Al Mack, and then sparksports.ca. I've been pumping out a ton of content, Champions League and CFL, NFL, doing all my handicapping. I have my defensive power ratings in NFL. That's what has been paying my bills for the past year in ATS betting. It all comes down to the defenses, and I just look at breaking it down, who has the most efficient defense. So you'll see that every week for me on sparksports.ca.
There he is, Al Mack. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday evening, my man. Great stuff as always. Can't wait to see you Friday.
Thanks, guys. See you then.
There he is, Al Mack. Al Mack liking it, Argos as his top play. Also liking the Titans. Money line. Going to make a big bet there. Mally Mouse says, wow, Matt's about to cover the super run line. Unbelievable. No outs. Let's wait till we get it. Before we start celebrating it. Also, 25 minutes from now, live Pick 6 show right here, $50,000 Pick 6 show. There's still time to join the contest, and all my bets are locked in. I can't wait to do it up. So let's go over the action one more time here. It now looks like it won't be such a... I need this Mets -1 badly. Let's just leave it at that. I need the Mets -1 badly. Let's leave it at that. Here is my late action. I am on the Mariners at +104. I'm on the Orioles on the -1 line. That is a -112 and a +171, going for a nice score there. I'm off Tigers Indians. I doubled up on the under Giants Red Sox. First 5 under 5.5 and full game under 10. Off Padres Brewers, and then I tripled up on this White Sox Twins spot. Over 10 and -105. That's now 10.5. I got the team total over 5.5 for the Twins. That's now at 6 and 6.5. And I'm on the Chicago White Sox team total over at 3.5 and -135. Sherigan, I will send you the link in 1 second here. I'm also on the Cubs -1, going against Russell Gordy, but sticking with our guru and our Alex Ramirez, who both love that spot. So it's difficult. And then Rays Dodgers, I am off. And Rangers Astros, I am off. Thank you guys so much. Raven and Desert says, I can't remember who gave out the soccer draw yesterday. Thank you. That was AM who gave out the soccer draw yesterday, and he cashed another one today. But that was +268 for that draw in the UEFA Champions League. It won him the award, the Vegas Gun Award, for excellence in capping. Beautiful stuff. That's it for us. So 23 minutes from now, we have the Pick 6 show live right here. Let's get the Mets to come in on the -1 line. And then let's start eating tonight. Shadow, 36th overall. I've got that copied and pasted, Shadow. We got that copied and pasted. I will keep an eye for the notables moving forward. Much love to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. But most importantly,
Leche, los bookmakers.